भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक् भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Okay, we're discussing sixth sloka or fifth? Fifth is done. Sixth, seven, na? Seven we should start. Seven. Seven we should start, na? Or eight? Which one? Seven we should start. Seventh sloka. Abhasascha nirodhascha यतोऽस्त्यध्यवसीयते साश्रयः परं ब्रह्म परमात्मेति शब्दते। उज्ज्वल ब्रो।
The Supreme One, who is celebrated as the Supreme Being or the Supreme Soul, is the supreme source of cosmic manifestation as well as its reservoir and winding up. Thus, he is the supreme fountainhead, the absolute truth.
So before this, we came to know 10 topics of any Mahapurana. That means Srimad Bhagavatam is also Mahapurana. That's why it is covering 10 topics. Those Sarga, Visarga, Sthanam, Poshanam, Utanayah, Manvantareshanugataha, Nirodhi, Mukti, Rashrayah. These are the 10 topics. These 10 topics, out of the 10, 9. So 9 topics are there to know the 10th one. By knowing these 9, you will understand that these 9 are not the 10th one and 10th one is different. So 10th topic is the Ashrayaha. So for that purpose only, the definition of these 9 were said by the sages or the devotees. Then after that, we understood what is the Sarga, that is a primary creation. That means creating these 23 elements. And after that, we also understood Visarga. Visarga means it's a creation by the Brahmaji. And Sthiti means, Sthanam means, Sthitihi means Vaikuntha Vijayaha. So that means Lord's, all the created objects following their respective dharmas. This is taken care by the Lord. This is known as Sthitihi. And Poshanam means, Poshanam is welfare of the devotees. Lord nourishes his devotees. This is known as Poshanam. Otaya means karma vasanas. So we'll be seeing the Srimad Bhagavatam. All these topics are covered. Sarga, Visarga, Sthanam, Poshanam. That means how Lord takes care his devotees, that is a Poshanam, and Karma Vasanas, how the Karma Vasana, karma is going to affect us. So, and those, you'll be seeing the explanation of this Karma Vasana in the various places, like in the third canto also. So, Kapila Bhagavan explains how this karma is binding the Jivatma to this material world. And then after that, Manvantara Ishanu Kataha. Manvantara means, so every Manu is having the six, and Manus, they are representatives of the Dharma. And you'll be seeing the Manvantaras are also covered in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the from third canto onwards to the till the ninth canto, you'll be seeing the various Manus are covered. So then after that, last, not last, so next Isha Kataha, every Manvantara Lord appears. So Manvantara avatars, Leela avatars, Yuga avatars, there are so many avatars, and they, time to time he takes those avatars and he performs various Leelas. So we are understanding, we are seeing those Leelas also in this Srimad Bhagavatam. And then Nirodha means, so it's a reverse to the Sarga, that means everything is merging into the Mula Prakriti, and Jivatmas and Mula Prakriti, everything enters into the body of the Garbhoda Karnanasai Vishnu. This is known as Nirodha, but Jivatmas in the inactive position, Supta stage. In that, Supta means it's like inactive with their Upadhi. That means in the case of Nirodha, Upadhi is accompanied with the Jivatma, but that Jivatma, when it does the sadhana, so because of that sadhana, it is destroying the Upadhi, and completely it is free from this material birth and death. So then that is known as Mukti. So these all the 9 topics are there to understand the 10th one. By understanding these 9, you will understand that these 9 are not the 10th one. And the 10th one is the Ashrayaha. So who is the main subject matter of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Now we are trying to understand that Ashrayaha. So here see Abhasascheti Nirodascha. What is the meaning of Abhasa here? Abhasa means Srushti. Why Srushti is known as Abhasa? Yes, material world is Abhasa of the spiritual world. So that's why this material world is known as Srushtihi, Abhasaha, Srushtihi. Nirodha means Layaha. Srushti, Laya, Nirodha means Layaha. These two, Srushti and Layaha. Yataha Asti. From whom these two possible? By whom these two are possible? Saha Ashrayaha. Here in the 7th one, what is Ashray Tattvam is explained. What is Ashray Tattvam? Who is the cause for the creation and the destruction. He is the Ashray Tattvam. And what is his name? How he is known? How he is called? Param Brahma Paramatmeti Shabdyate. He is known as Param Brahma, Paramatma. Okay. So iti Ashrayagata Pravartaka Vachi. Srila Vishwanath Jiva Goswami Pad is writing such a big, wonderful commentary. By knowing one time, you will be trying to know again and again. Tena Bhagavan iti cha asya vivrittir agre vidheya. So he is known as a Param Brahma Paramatma iti shabdite. So from the iti you should understand he is also known as Bhagavan. Because we came to know already the object, anything which is known as Brahma and Paramatma, that is also known as Bhagavan. Like in the first sloka, the Tattvam Satyam Param Dhimahi. That Satyam Param is said, and from that we are taking that Param is nothing but that Satyam is equal to Param is equal to Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma. So there you can take that Satyam, that is nothing but the Gnanam also you can take. That is also Anantam also you can take. Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma. So that means from these three are that whatever is object is Brahman is known as Brahman and Paramatma, that is also known as Bhagavan. That we are coming to know from the Sutta Goswami statement. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam as gnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdate. So ये सत्य नजदीक रखना है इसका. तथा ही अत्र दशार्थाः प्रथमस्कन्धानुक्रमेण निरूप्यन्ते. These 10 meanings are told from day one. Means from the first canto you will be seeing these 10 topics. It's not that these 10 topics are covered in the one canto. We already discussed this in the Tattva Sandarbha. So it's not like that second canto onwards. So second canto ending. In the ending, these 10 topics are came, and that's why from third canto to 12th canto, that is total 10 cantos. And these 10 topics are covered in the 10 cantos, and the last Ashri Tattva is covered in the 12th canto. Is it like that? No, it is not like that. So these topics are various places it is covered in various ways. Various cantos you'll be seeing this all. तथा हि अत्र दशार्थाः प्रथमस्कन्धानुक्रमेण निरूप्यन्ते यथा सामान्यतः लक्षितस्य अपि आश्रयत्वस्य श्रीकृष्णे एव तु वैशिष्ट्यं तदर्थमेव हि अखण्ड श्री भागवत prakashah. So here Ashritatvam is known as what? Parabrahma, Paramatma, and also we can say Bhagavan. Then what is really that Ashritatvam? That Ashritatvam is Sri Krishna only. To say this Srimad Bhagavatam appearing. Understanding? This Ashritatvam, these 10 characteristics are there with the every Mahapurana. It's not that the Srimad Bhagavatam only is discussing these 10 topics. Huh? How many Mahapuranas? Out of 18, how many? I didn't know. So these Mahapuranas are there, and these Mahapuranas all are discussing about these 10 topics. And Srimad Bhagavatam is now going to finally declaring that Ashray Tattvam is Sri Krishna. Ashray Tattvam is Sri Krishna. Tatra Pradhamaskande Sri Shaunaka Sutayoho Prashnottare Tattvenaiva Pratipadite Tadanugatau Eva Prathama Dvitiyadhyayo Truti Anugatau Eva Prathama Dvitiyadhyayo तृतीयाध्यायस्तु स्फुट एव पुनर्विशेषतः तत्प्रस्तावाय चतुर्धाध्यध्यायाः तत्र तदेकपरयोः श्री सुखपरीक्षितोः संवादघटना. What we are claiming? What is our claim? How this Srimad Bhagavatam is telling Ashray Tattvam is Sri Krishna. That is our claim. How it is? Try to follow. I will be asking question on this. But how this tattvam is explained in the first and second chapters, first canto, first and second chapters, how this tattvam is said? How it is said? Ashraya tattva, how it is said in the first chapter? Huh? How it is said? Vastu Vedyam Vastavamatra Vastu Shivadam Tapatryon It is said as Vastu. Then in the second chapter it is said as Tattvam Vadanti Tattattva Vidastattvam Yasgnanamadvayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Shabditi. It is. That means Saunak and Suta Goswami both by question and answers they are discussing the Sasriya Tattvam in a general way as Vastu and as Tattvam. Yes or no? So then after that, in the third chapter it is said, Ete chamsa kalapamsaha krishnastu bhagavan swayam indrari vakulam lokam rudayanti yuge yuge. But in the third chapter he said, this is clearly that is what? That Bhagavan. That means in the third chapter, what is the main subject matter of the third chapter? Brahma, Paramatma, Bhagavan. These three are defined. But that's why Paramatma is said as Purusha. And after that, Bhagavan. And after that, Brahman is also discussed. So there it is clearly said that Ashraya Tattvam is nothing but Bhagavan. Bhagavan is equal to the Sri Krishna. Then after that, if you go further, fourth chapter onwards of the first canto, then there is a Sri Shuka Parikshito Samvada Ghatana. To establish this thing, same thing, very elaborately. Punaha Visheshataya Tat Prasthavaya. That means to specifically defining or to specifically establishing Krishna is only Ashraya Tattva. So we will need to bring the two heroes. Who are those? Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit. So they are going to conversation. They are going to have the conversation and they are going to establish this Ashraya Tattvam is Krishna. That's why you'll be seeing in the fourth chapter onwards how the Parikshit Maharaj and how Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami met each other. That is a question. In the fourth chapter, what are the first questions are asked by Venugopal? Sonakadi Rishi. What he is asking? He was saying the various characteristics of the Sukadeva Goswami and also about the Parikshit. Parikshit is like this and how they met each other. And also he is asking about the Vasudev also. Because Vasudev is the father. They're not Vasudev, Bhagavata Purana. So how this Bhagavata Purana is appeared. How they met each other and how it is appeared. That means this Bhagavata Purana first where it appeared. Anyway. So next fourth chapter onwards we'll be seeing that why this discussion. That discussion is there to establish Ashraya Tattvam is Krishna. Like this it goes and next second canto starts. Yes, Dvitiya Skandhascha Samanya Bhagavatvam Prashansannapi Tatraiva Tatparyam Vahati. Even in the second canto also you'll be seeing So who is established in the second canto? You'll be seeing Bhagavan. That means in general way Bhagavan is established because you'll be seeing in the second canto. Chatusloki Tasmai Swalokam Bhagavan Sabhajitah. Chatusloki is said by the Lord and he is saying Bhagavan, and Bhagavan is saying Ahameva Asameva Agre. That means I am the conclusion. And also you'll be seeing in the when Narada asked questions, so Vyasdev started saying the story of which yuga, which kalpa? Huh? Padmakalpa. कहाँ से है Padmakalpa? Which kalpa story he started saying? Who is going to tell? Jai Gopinath bro, tell me.
The first day of creation.
What is the sloka? I forgot this sloka. Brahma kalpa it is comes. Brahma.
Sloka, I don't know.
In the 5th chapter, you see Brahma, search the Brahma. Where? 2.8. Ah. 2.8.28. Praha Bhagavatam Naha Puranam. Brahma Samhitam Brahmane Bhagavad Proktam Brahma Kalpa. So whatever that means in the 8th, and before that also there is one more place, I think. Brahma. Is there? So Brahmaji was telling about the creation part, which is happened in which kalpa? About the Karan Srishti, Karya Srishti and all other. These are all happened in which kalpa? Brahma kalpa. समझ रहे हैं? So here Brahma kalpa katharambhascha. Next, in the second canto, you'll be seeing the Lord is only established how yatra brahmanah chatusloki vraktru sri bhagavatascha tatparyancha tatreva. Because in the second canto, main thing is chatusloki bhagavatam, and who is the speaker of that? That is a Sri Bhagavan. And that's why we are understanding. So according to the second canto, the Ashraya Tattvam is also in general way said as Sri Bhagavan. And also in the same canto we are seeing Brahma Kalpa Katharambhascha Tadartameva Tritiye Padma Kalpa Katha Cha Gatasya Purva Parardhasya Adyanta Varnane Madhyanamapi Kalpanam Tadanusarena Gnane Sate Dashamekadashayoho Prakhyatakyaha Tattat Kathayaha Samyak Avagamat. This is a very interesting point. Let me check whether I can tell or not. See, in the second canto we are seeing the story belongs to which kalpa? Brahmaji explained Karana Srishti and so on. So Karya Srishti, it happened in which kalpa? The first day of the Brahmaji. Yes. Brahmaji appearance and all this belongs to which kalpa? Brahma kalpa. And third canto is starting. Third canto is starting with the Shaunaka and Maitreya. Shaunak, main third canto onwards, you'll be seeing the Shaunaka, sorry, Vidura and Maitreya. Vidura and Maitreya's conversation. So Vidura is asking the questions and Maitreya is answering. And this story happened in which kalpa? Padma kalpa. What is Padma kalpa?
First day of 51st year of Brahma.
So Brahmaji is having this is first day and this is 50 years. And this is the first day. This is Brahma kalpa. This is first day. This is Brahma kalpa. And this first day is also known as Padma kalpa. That means first day are the last. This is one parardha. First day to 50 years over in this. One parardha. In one parardha, the first day and last day. 51 parardha means 50 years. First day is the Brahma kalpa. And that is the 51st year. 51st year's first day is the Padma kalpa. Means it is the last. It is the last to the 50 years. Yes or no? So that means story in the second canto, story started from the Padma kalpa, first day of the Brahmaji. And third canto onwards, you'll be seeing the stories happened in the ending of that parartha. That is the starting of the 51st means ending of the 50th year. Is nothing but the starting of the 51st year. So these stories total, okay. So Brahma kalpa katharambhascha tadartameva tritiye. So Padma kalpacha gatasya पूर्व परार्थस्य आद्यंत वर्णने मध्यानामपि कल्पानां तदनुसारेण ज्ञाने सति. So according to the Padma kalpa story, who is Ashraya Tattva? Ashraya is Bhagavan. बोलते नहीं. And next in the Padma kalpa also, if you see, so according to this katha happened in the Padma kalpa. It is also Ashraya is. That means third canto onwards you should see. Padma kalpa stories means third canto. Third canto onwards. Okay. So this Ashraya is Bhagavan. So what we have to understand here? Here is Ashraya Bhagavan and here is Ashraya Bhagavan, means in between also all the 50 years, whatever the Yugas came, there also same Gnanam is there. Same Gnanam. That means same kind of knowledge. That means Ashraya is Bhagavan. This kind of Gnanam is there in all the kalpas. Okay, speed up. Kalpanam tadanusarana gnane sati. So that means सति दशम एकादशयोः प्रस्थाख्यायाः तत्कथायाः सम्यक् that means in the Bhagavatam, any story, maybe it is not from the, if you don't know the kalpa of the anything, but it is must and should that for that story also Ashray Tattvam, that story also ultimately is establishing Ashray Tattvam is Bhagavan only. Yes or no? What is the advantage of doing this? We are concluding? All the kalpas which are coming from the first day to the 51st year, 51st year, first day, all the kalpas, that means starting and ending. So both, so kathas, whatever kathas are there in the first day and the last day katha, both are telling about the Ashray is the Bhagavan. That means in middle portion also, whatever the kathas are there, yeah, Bhagavan only is the Ashray Tattvam. Actually, what happens? So, Lord's Kalpa is also, some Kalpas are Tamasic, Rajasic, Sattvic. Yes or no? Some Kalpas are Samasic, Rajasic, and Sattvic. And those Kalpas are telling about the Tamasic Kalpa is telling about the Shiva Ashray Tattva. And the Rajasic Kalpas are saying Brahma as the Ashraya. So, but Satvika is the Vishnu. So now we are seeing from the that means Upakrama Upasamharnya, starting and ending. So is a Krishna is the Ashray Tattva, means so in between also Ashray Tattva is Krishna. And any story if you see, so which is not in the, that means you see Padmakalpa story will go on till seventh canto only. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Seventh canto tak only. After that, 8 and 9, they are told about the Manvantras. So, but these Manvantras are belong to which kalpa? We don't know actually. 8th and 9th kalpas, and also 10th canto stories are there. So, in between, some stories are belong to this kalpa or this any kalpa it can be. Okay, in every kalpa Krishna comes one time. So it can be the story happened in any kalpa. So that's why then we may think that oh, it is happened in another kalpa, so Ashray Tattva may be different. But what we are concluding, what we are finally established, first only here saying first day to 50th year, so the kalpas are telling the Ashray Tattva is Bhagavan only, means in between also. So whatever kalpas are happening, there is also Bhagavan is only Ashray Tattva. That means any story if you take from the any kalpa in between these, Ashray is Bhagavan. So that's why no need to worry. Understanding or not? तृतीये पाद्मकल्पकथा च गतस्य पूर्वपरार्ध. Okay, next. एवमेव गते स्वाम्भुव चक्षुष मन्वन्तरे अपि तृतीय चतुर्थ पंचम षष्ठ सप्तमेषु. So we are seeing the third canto is starting with the Swayambhu Manu, stories of the Swayambhu Manu Manvantara and Chakshush Manvantara. These two Manvantara stories we are seeing in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th chapters. And in the 8th, we will be seeing the various Manu's stories in the 8th canto, and in the 9th canto we are seeing the especially about the Vaivastha Manu's dynasty. Eva, so tat padhurbhavaspad kevala वैवस्वतान्वयः एव द्वादशः खलु समाधि मुद्रायाः तत्र तत्तद् अन्यकथाः. So in the 12th canto you'll be seeing the various stories. So those happened in the various kalpas. Okay, and in the 5, 6, 7, 8 are the stories happened in the Swayambhu Manu, Swayambhu and Chakshish. And in the 8th and 9th, mixed Manus, all the Manus, and 9th Vaivasvata. And 12th, 8th, 10th canto is telling about the stories, Krishna stories, 10th and 11th stories about the Krishna. And 12th is stories of the happened in the various kalpas. So these stories in between, if you see some story in these, actually these are all from the Padma Kalpa only, because 3, 4, 5, 6 actually 3, 4, 5 at the ending of the 5th chapter Vidura Maitreya Samvada is finished. That means 3, 4, 5 after the 5th chapter Vidura and Maitreya Samvada will not be there. After 6th and 7th stories are happening, whatever stories are discussed, that is belong to Padma Kalpa, can you say? You cannot say. But whatever the Vidura and Maitreya are discussing, that is for sure Padma Kalpa stories. So that means 6th, 7th, and 8th and 9th in these chapters, whatever the stories are coming, those belong to which Kalpa? Who knows? And according to those stories, so who is the Ashray Tattva? That is also Bhagavan only, because any Kalpa, if definitely it will fall under any one of these Kalpas which are happening from the first day to till now. That's why. And also 12th chapter. तत्र तत्र तत्तद् अन्यकथाः तु तद् पौशिकाः एव विशेषतस्तु तत्तद् अवतारकथा इति तस्मात् सर्गादीनां मध्ये केचिद्वारा क्वचित् अनेकद्वारा यः आश्रय निरूप्यते स तु दशमादौ ईशानुकथा प्रदान तत्तद्वारा सर्वथा उत्कृष्य श्रीकृष्णरूपो निरूप्यते इति स्थितम्. That means in the Bhagavatam, any story is coming from the first kalpa to the first year starting. So any story is coming, and by anyone it is spoken, that story, by any, in this Bhagavatam you'll be seeing so many speakers, and anyone speak, and that every story is also is establishing Ashray Tattvam as Bhagavan. In the Bhagavatam, any story is coming which falls under the any kalpa of first to the 50 verse, that should be the definitely, yeah. Kechit eka dwara, kechit aneka dwara, by one or many. So tasma sargadinam madhye केचित एक द्वारा केचित अनेक द्वारा यह आश्रय निरूप्यते सतु whatever आश्रय is established by them, that is definitely Bhagavan, and that is specifically said in the 10th canto as Sri Krishna. This is understanding something very important. Gokulan bro. Okay, write the commentary on the Srila Jiva Goswami's commentary on the 2.10.7. Five marks. So Srila Prabhupada is writing in the purport, synonyms for the supreme source of all energies as explained in the very beginning, Srimad Bhagavatam are Janmadhyasya yatah vadanti tat tattvavidas. Same. Huh? Which question? What is that? What is that question? Huh? That is another actually. That will come anyway. Later. That will come later. Hmm. Huh? जल्दी पूछो, टाइम हो जा रहा है.
Bro, this Brahmakalpa means starting from the first day of Brahma, and that is called 1 to 50 years, that is called Parardha. And Padmakalpa is the end of the 50th year, means that is the starting of the 51st year. So from that, all the stories, so that is the first day is called Padmakalpa, or
Yeah.
51st year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Padmakalpa, and that story, that Padmakalpa stories are saying Ashray Tattvam as Bhagavan, and also Brahmakalpa story we have seen, that's there. Brahmaji is clearly mentioning. That's the Brahmaji is the Bhagavan is the Ashray Tattva. So that's why starting and ending is the Bhagavan is Ashraya. So then in between whatever stories are happening, those also should establish Ashray Tattva as Bhagavan. So that's why in the Bhagavatam, if you see any story is coming, definitely it is falling under any one of these. So that should establish Ashray Tattva as Bhagavan. So that's why, and that is specifically said in this 10th canto as the Bhagavan, as Sri Krishna. So now you see like that here you are also, Prabhupada is also mentioning this Ashray Tattvam is initially said as Tattvam Vadanti Tat Tattvavidas Prameti Paramatmati Bhagavan. Yeah. Then after that he is only said as Krishna. So in the 3rd chapter. Prabhupada writes many times based upon Srila Jiva Goswami's commentary also. And also Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So we'll read this. Thus by the general conclusion, Lord Krishna is the ultimate source of all energies. And the word Krishna means that, and also explain Krishna are the sign. I'm reading down the that sloka Krishna Swadhamopagate. Down to that, and to explain Krishna or the signs or Krishna, the Srimad Bhagavatam has been prepared. In the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the truth is indicated in the question and answers by the Suta Goswami and the great sages like Shaunaka. And in the first and second chapters of the canto, this is explained. This is from the Jiva Goswami's commentary. In the 3rd chapter, this subject is more explicitly, that means in the Krishna is said. And in the 4th chapter, even more explicit. In the 2nd canto, the absolute truth as the personality of Godhead is further emphasized. And the indication of is the Supreme Lord Krishna. The summary of the Srimad Bhagavatam in 4 verses, as we have already discussed, is succinct. This Supreme Personality of Godhead in the ultimate issue is confirmed by Brahma in his Brahma Samhita as Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda. So it is concluded in the 3rd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. The complete subject matter is elaborately explained in the 10th and 11th cantos of the Srimad Bhagavatam. In the matter of the changes of the Manus or Manvantara, such as Swayambhu Manvantara and the Chakshu Manvantara, as they are discussed in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna is indicated. In the eighth canto of the Vaivasudha Manvantara explains the same subject indirectly, and in the ninth canto, the same purport is there. In the 12th canto, the same is further explained specifically regarding the different incarnations of the Lord. Thus, it is concluded by studying the complete Srimad Bhagavatam that Lord Krishna is the ultimate. Only one point is missing, that's first Brahmakalpa and the Padmakalpa. This point is in the purport. If you keep, then everything is same. Next, Yodhyatmikoyam Purusha Sosavevaधिदैविकः यस्त्रयो भयविच्छेदः यस्तत्रो भयविच्छेदः पुरुषो ह्याधिभौतिकः. Very important 8th and 9th slokas, and it will take little time, so we focused on this. Very, very important. So the translation, the individual person possessing different instruments of senses is called the Adhyatmika person, and the individual controlling deity of the senses is called the Adidhaivika. The embodiment seen on the eyeballs is called the Adibhautika person. So now Adibhautika, Adhyatmika or Adidhaivika. This Purusha is being explained. Why? Three Purushas are there. In your body also three Purushas are there. Everyone's body. Three Purushas. See, atha swayam bhagavat lakshana paramarupam tadeva ashrayam stotum stitau tadamshabhutasya purushasya vaibhavam tadrishatvena darshen adhyatmikadikam adhyatmadi vibhagamaha yo adhyatmikoyam iti dvabhyam. What we understood till now, we understood in the 7th sloka, in the whole Bhagavatam we are seeing. So Srimad Bhagavatam, the Ashraya Tattva is Krishna. Now, not only that, in this from the Sarga to the, from the first Brahmakalpa to the here, all the stories concluding Krishna as Ashraya Tattvam, and Sthiti means in the maintenance. So in the maintenance means, so like you are eating, sleeping, you are staying, this is maintenance. Now maintenance is going on. So we are all seeing the various objects and we have our body. And from this you should establish Ashraya Tattvam is Krishna. How to establish this? From your day-to-day life, from your body, you should establish Ashraya Tattvam is Krishna. That means, yes, Prabhu, Gokulan, Prabhu, what is your question? Huh? Jiva Goswami. So Ashraya Tattvam, so you have to establish now in the maintenance time, in the sthiti. So for this purpose, now we are going to see the divisions. Adhyatma Purusha, Adidhaivika, so Adhyatmika, Adidhaivika, Adibhautika Purushas. We have to see these three Purushas. And after that, from that we can establish who is the Ashraya. That means, yes. यह अयम आध्यात्मिकः पुरुषः चक्षुरादिकरणाभिमानी. Chakshuradikaranaabhimani is the, write it, write in your book. Adhyatmika Purusha. Who is that? The whoever claims huh, ownership on senses. Who claims that is Jivatma? That's Kshetrajna. Not the pure Jivatma. Pure consciousness, Jivatma in his pure consciousness, it will not say that senses are mine. Okay, but the Jivatma, when it is contaminated, then it says that senses are mine. These are the senses, 6 senses. And whoever is claiming ownership on this is the Jivatma. That means which is not pure. That means which is contaminated. Then it is known as total is Adhyatma Purusha. Adhyatmika Purusha. Okay, next what is said? Next one is, but initially what is happening? There is no, next one more Purusha is there. That is, these are the senses. On the senses, someone is sitting. That is the Devata. So those are known as Adi Daivika. Adi Daivika Purusha. The person sitting on the senses. Okay. Initially, these two are not separate actually, because these two should be separate means there should be body. There should be body to separate these two, but body was not there initially. That means before the Jivatma gets the body, but Jivatma, that means Brahmaji didn't give any body to the Jivatma. At that time, Jivatma is also, according to karma, is having the senses. That means, and also sense controlling deities. But all they are all together. They are all together. Sense, Jivatma, senses, Jivatma, and the sense controlling deities all are together only. But now, when Lord gives the Brahmaji gives the body to that, then so yes, there will be two separate these things. So why it is said? What is said in this sloka? You see, yah adhyatmiko ayam purusha so eva adhidaivika. Whoever is adhyatmik purusha, he is only adhidaivika purusha. Adhyatmik purusha is adhidaivika purusha. What is the reason? The reason is, so they didn't get the body till now. They didn't get body till now. Adhyatmik purusha shikshuradi karanabhimani drashta jivaha. Saeva adi. That means this Jivatma is seeing senses through the Jivatma through the senses seeing the objects, and he is thinking himself as drashta. Yes or no? The Jivatma thinks as drashta. And next, so and Suryadi. Who are the Adi Daivika Purusha? Suryadi. Surya and so on. These are the controlling demigods. They all, what they are doing? They are controlling this sense. And they are all, that's known as Adi Daivika Purusha. So when there is no body, these senses and this Jivatma is, and also this Adi Daivika Purusha are not having any functions. What is the action of the Adi Daivika Purusha? Controlling the senses. What is the action of the Jivatma? Seeing the objects through the senses. These two actions are not happening when there is no body. So that's why, so these two are known as one. These two are known as one. Okay? Because there are no two separate actions. What action? So Jivatma should think himself as a seer, and Aditya Yuga Purusha should think that I am the controller of the senses. These two are not happening before having the body, before creation of the body. Karananam adhisthana abhavena akshamataya. So karana prakasha kartrutva मानि तत् सहायोः उभयोः अपि तयोः वृत्तिभेदेन भेद अनुदयेन. That means two functions are not raised. So that's why total is known as jivatva matra vishesha. Total is known as jivatvam. This total is known as jivatvam because common, no action is happening now. What is okay? So it is known as common padartha, it is jiva. But what is happening now? Now when the senses are, when the sitting place, adi bhautika purusha, deha, when there is a deha is created, then what will happen? So tadu ubhay tascha ubhayoho karanabhimani tadadishtata devata rupa. Karanabhimani is the jivatma, and tadadishta rupaha adidhaivika purusha suryaha, and so on, Surya and so on. All these, Surya and so on, and this Drashta, all these now will be separate when there is a eyeball is created. This is eyeball. This is eyeball, and this is the take. There is a one small dot. This is the eye, eyeball, and in this sense, on the top of this sense, someone is sitting. Who is that? Surya. Suryamsha is sitting on this. It's a small ball. You cannot see. Eye sense you cannot see. This eye ball is just Adi Bhautika Purusha. This egg. On the top there is a little is invisible, subtle, very subtle sense is there. That is eye. And on that, so who is sitting? Adhisthana Devata. That is Surya. Surya is sitting. So now body is there. That's why Jivatma is here behind to this, and he is claiming this I sense is mine. So that's why I am seer. And also on this sense there is an Indriya Adhisthana Devata, Surya, and he thinks that I am the controller. Okay. So that means simply what? Before there is a mud is there. Before creating the pot, before creating the jug, from the mud you can create the pot and also jug. This is pot and this is jug. And before getting these two, it is known as mud only, na? Similarly, Jivatma senses and the sense controlling deity all together are known as Jiva. Same. They are not different. But when there is body is given to the Jivatma, then this Jivatma is thinking himself as I am the owner of the senses, and this demigod is thinking that I am the controller of the senses. Like that, there will be difference. The second time I am saying actually this. Every day, new day. Every topic is new. Nobody replies. मौका दे रहा हूँ लेकिन पूछ रहा हूँ तो नहीं अब मैं अभी पूछता हूँ, रुकिए. So this is the point we should understand this. यो आध्यात्मिको यम पुरुष सो सावयव आदिदैविकः यत्र उभयः. So adi bhautika, adi daivika and adhyatmika both are one before the body. Once body is created, that means this adi bhautika is vicheda. It is doing these two differently. Okay. Next sloka. Ekamekatara bhave yada nopalabhamahe त्रितयं तत्र यो वेदा सात्मा स्वाश्रयाश्रयः. थोड़ा सा स्पीड हो जाइए आप लोग, नहीं तो हम लोगों का 50 श्लोक है इसमें, तो ऐसे 10 दिन लगेगी. और all three of the above mentioned stages of different living entities are interdependent. In the absence of one another is not understood, but the Supreme Being who sees every one of them as the shelter of the shelter is independent of all, and therefore he is the supreme shelter. Try to understand. It's very important classes. And if you don't understand the purport of this and sitting in the Vyasasana and speaking, it is simply cheating actually. So that's why if you alert now, then you will not be a cheater actually. Otherwise, without knowing the proper subject matter and keep on sitting and speaking, what is this? So try to know. That's why Prabhupada wanted everyone should read his books very scrutinizedly, understand every point very detailedly, and condense the milk. In the 1960s, he said, 1970s, condense the milk. Now, at that time, he said, and every my student should become Bhakti Vedanta. Every my student, like that he said. He wanted everyone to be Brahmana and Bhakti Vedanta and study the things very scrutinizedly. So that's why we will try. It's not that we are perfect, but we should try. And we try to follow the Srila Prabhupada's instruction. So Prabhupada is writing from the commentaries. You are saying na, how he is writing. And everything, purport is coming from there only. And mental speculation. And Prabhupada gives his own realizations, like how in a modern time now to preach the impersonalist and the Sunyavadi Paschatya Destarane. That feature he will add everywhere. Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desa Tarine. So now, what is said in this sloka? Try to understand. Ekam ekatara bhave yada na upalabhamahe. In these three purushas are there: Adhyatmika, Adidhaivika, and Adibhautika. Where is Adibhautika? This eyeball. This is Adibhautika. Adibhautika Purusha. These three Purushas, they are all interdependent. If one is not there, other two will not function. It's like that. Three are important. Parasparashrayaha. So, and whoever is not among these three, there is one more Purusha is there. He is the self-dependent and he is the Ashraya for everyone. And that is Ashraya Tattva. That is Krishna. That's point. That means now from the Bhagavatam we are seeing from the Srishti. From the Srishti to, that means from the Brahmakalpa to we have seen 51st first Kalpa, that is Padma Kalpa. All the stories are telling about the, explaining about the Ashraya Tattva is the whatever incidents happened. That means from the first day of the Brahmaji to the now till today, so whatever the incidents happened in this whole lifetime, all the incidents are establishing Ashraya Tattva is Krishna. And not only that now, so everyone's, that means if you examine the individual Purusha, any individual if you take, from this also you will understand that Ashraya Tattva is Krishna. So how to understand? That's why our body means it is composed of three Purushas. We means composed of three. One is the Adidhaivika Purusha, Adhyatmika Purusha, Adidhaivika, and Adibhautika. And these three Purushas are interdependent. There is one more Purusha is there who is self-dependent. And who is that? That we are going to see now. Huh? Krishna. Okay. Now also question. Yeah. Tell. Uh.
Why we discuss.
No,
soul.
I didn't come to Krishna. I am coming actually.
Already mentioned here in translation, same direct point came na. Supreme shelter of shelter means supreme being, that is Krishna. That is mentioned here. So Tattva Sandarbha, we discuss soul, then super Paramatma, then Krishna, like that. So that I wanted to say, okay, just like here directly.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you. So एकम एकतराभावे इति येषाम् अन्योन्य सापक्षत्वे सापेक्ष सिद्धत्वेन अनात्मत्वं दर्शयति. That means Adhyatmik Purusha is dependent on these both. Similarly, everyone is dependent on another two. That's why I say they are dependent. They are not self-dependent. They are not self-dependent. They are not independent. Otherwise, they are not self-dependent. They are dependent on others. That's why they are not Atma. They are not Atma. Atma means Swayam Prakashaka. That means which is not dependent on anyone. So, but that means self-dependent. The object which is self-dependent is known as Atma. Here these three Purushas are not self-dependent. So that's why they are not Atma. Anatmatvam darshayati. Tatahi drishyam. How can you say these are all dependent? So you see, first one is drishyam. Here Adi Bhautika, whatever Purusha is there, he is the drishyam, object for the seeing. So now I will draw here. See here, you see. Drishyam. Drishyam means drishyam vina tat pratiyen me karanam na siddhyate. That means drishyam means object for seeing. For take example, seeing action. That means eyes you take. In the place of senses, you take eyes. Okay? So eyes is the karana. We have 6 senses, but out of that you take the eyes. Now, object is what? Object is so Adi Bhautika Purusha. Adi Bhautika Purusha is the object. Yes or no? Body. Body is the object for seeing action. Who is seeing? Eyes. You take eyes here. Eyes are seeing. That means Jivatma is seeing through the eyes. And who is the Adi Bhautika Purusha in that case? Surya. That means now you take, here you take, this is senses with the soul. This is Adi, Adhyatmika Purusha, Adhyatmika Purusha, and that means eyes you take here, eyes and the soul, and this is the sun, and this is the any body you can take. Okay. Without this is the drishyam. Without this, can anyone say? That means how can you say eyes are seeing? There should be some object. Otherwise, you cannot say that eyes are seeing. So in this creation, there is no object at all. At that time, eyes can be understood as. Can you guess that eyes are useful to see? Can you guess at that time? If there no object at all is there, can you guess? No. So that's why to say eyes as Karanam, we need object. Object we need. That means Adi Bhautika Purusha is needed. Okay. And also, that means you cannot guess that eyes are working to see. And also you cannot say soul is drashta. Can you say? If there is no object at all, and so eyes are not seeing anything, at that time, can you say this soul as drashta? No, that means without the object, eyes and soul cannot be karana and drashta. Next, without the this soul, that means drashta, without the drashta, so tadvina karana pravritti animeya tadashta suryadihi. So without this soul, can eyes can be said as karanam? Can we say eyes are the karanam? Eyes are the instrument to see. Can you say if the soul at all is not there? So only instrument when you say this is pen, if there is a person who can use it for the writing, otherwise what is this is no value actually. So similarly, this object is eyes are known as the instrument when there is a user to use it. So soul is not there, then eyes cannot be said as karanam. And also if sun is the controller of those senses. Sun is what? Controller of the senses, and he is also so cannot be called as controller of the senses because that is not happening. Seeing action at all is not happening. So next, what is that? Next, he is not there, controller of the sun. Then can you say that means these eyes can see this object? No. If there is no controller on these eyes, the sun is not there, so then eyes cannot see the object. So like this, if and also nacha tadvinam drishyam, nacha tadvina drishyam. So without this, senses will not function, and also you cannot say this is the drishyam. That means it is the object for the seeing. So also you cannot say. If senses are not working, how can you say this body is the object for the seeing? You cannot say. So that's why they are all interdependent. So tatra tada tat tritayam alochanaatmakena prayatnena yo veda sakshitaya pashyati sa paramatma ashrayaha. So there is a one purusha. In the next line, what is said in that sloka? What is said? Tritayam tatra yo vedaha. Who knows these three? This Adi Bhaut, Adhyatmika, Adi Daivika, and Adi Bhautika. Whoever is knowing these three Purushas, there is one Purusha, that is Paramatma. Seeing these three, Sakshi, observer, and he is independent of these three, but he is seeing. He is also seer, but is he dependent on any one of these? No. So that's why he is Ashrayaha. The one who is independent, on him you should dependent. Who is already dependent on someone, if you depend on him, what will happen? He will go to next. Teshamapi parasparam ashrayatvam asti iti tad vyavachedardha visheshanam. But actually, you see, Adhyatmic Purusha is also shelter for Adi Bhautika and Adi Daivika. One way, these are also Ashraya or not? This is shelter for these two. This is shelter for these two. This is shelter for these two. And this is also Ashraya. Then how to take the difference between this and that? These three. These three also one way shelter only. Ashraya only. This is Ashraya to these two. This is Ashraya for these two. Like that. So then to separate these three from this Paramatma, we are using the word Swashraya Ashrayaha. Swashraya Ashrayaha. Swashraya Ashrayaha means Swashraya. Paramatma is a Swashraya Ashraya, means he is a Swashraya, means self-dependent, and also Ashraya means Anyesham Ashrayaha. He is also shelter for others. So Swashraya Ashraya means he is dependent on himself, and also he is Ashraya for others. Swashraya Ashraya means who is a shelter for himself and also shelter for all others, is known as Swashraya Ashrayaha. Tatra amshamshinoho siddhajiva paramatmanoho abheda So there is one more point here. This Paramatma is there, and here this Jivatma, this soul, is the Kshetragna. That means it is not Suddha. It is a knower of the body. So, but if you go inside to this, when this soul is completely freed from the body consciousness, then that pure Jivatma will be non-different from the, qualitatively non-different from the Paramatma. That means Shuddha Jivatma is qualitatively non-different from the Paramatma. So you can take, this means Suddha, in this way Suddha Jivatma also you can take as the Swashraya Ashrayaha. When you can take Jivatma as Swashraya Ashrayaha, when it is in the pure in consciousness and which can be equated with the Paramatma qualitatively. And that is Amshi, and this is the Amsha. Atah paropi manutenartham iti जाग्रत स्वप्न सुषुप्ति गुणतः बुद्धिवृत्तयः तासां विलक्षण जीव साक्षित्वेन. So because how can you understand Jivatma is only Sakshi? Actually it is not involved in these three, so it is different from these three. How can you say this? You can say from the Jagrat Sushupti, Jagrat Swapna and Sushupti, if you understand these three stages. So there you are seeing the Sushupti stage. So Jivatma is in the Sushupti deep sleep state. All these internal senses and external senses are disconnected from the Jivatma. At that time Jivatma is realizing, that means he is just experiencing itself, and it is pure and it is not dependent on anyone. We are understanding from that. So that's why that Jivatma, so is also you can take here as Swashraya Ashrayaha. Okay. But what this Jivatma, but Suddha Jivatma is not staying in his pure consciousness, but it is Suddhopi Vichaste Hyavishuddha Kartuhu. Who is saying? Jadabharati is saying. So Suddhopi Vichaste Hyavishuddha Kartuhu. This Jivatma is being contaminated with the modes, and it is entering into the different vrittis of the created by the modes, and then that is becoming like this. And I am the owner of these senses. Then it started claiming. So in that case, then you cannot call Jivatma as Swashraya Ashraya. But of course, we saw here Jivatma is also Suddha Jivatma is also Swashraya Ashraya. But what we are seeing, Sarvam Puman Veda Gunam Satajigno, Sarvam Puman Veda Gunam Satajgno, Na Veda Sarvagnam Anantamide. Sloka number? Someone should keep the sloka number. Huh? Not seeing commentary. Sloka number is given there, you see. Sarvam Puman Veda Gunam Satajgno. That last to that commentary. Numbering is given. Huh? 6425. So in this sloka it is said, Jivatma is able to know all the senses, body and the mind, and all the any product coming from the gunas, that Jivatma can know. But that Jivatma cannot know the Sarvagna, that is Paramatma. So that's why ultimately Jivatma is also, even Suddha Jivatma is also having the foundation, limitation. So that's why you should take Swashraya Ashraya as only Paramatma. You should take Swashraya Ashraya as only Paramatma. Why? Huh? Why you tell? Huh? You didn't catch. Why I am saying Suddha Jivatma is not this Swashraya? You caught? You didn't catch. In the class? Huh?
Shuddha Jiva cannot know the Supreme Lord.
The Suddha Jivatma cannot know the Supreme Lord. So that's
right.
why Suddha Jivatma is also having the limitation actually. So it can know the other things like body, senses and everything, but it cannot know the Paramatma. So by the desire of by the mercy of the Paramatma only it can know the Paramatma. So that's why Swashraya is only Paramatma.
In Tattva Sandarbha, you explained that Jiva can be called Sva Ashraya, means he is self-dependent.
Yes.
And Paramatma is called Sva Ashraya Ashraya, means is the shelter for the Sva Ashraya, means that is Atma.
Yes.
So, but here you are explaining, here you told that Shuddha Jiva is Sva Ashraya Ashraya.
Here it is said.
So, both
Because
explanations.
Suddha Jivatma is equal with the Paramatma.
In like Shuddha, like in equality. Qualitatively maybe.
Qualitatively one. I don't remember actually. Really, I said there or not. I don't doubt actually. Okay, I will check and then I will tell. But this is final. Okay. Huh? Yeah, you people remember. But what is the proof? It is right or wrong? Okay. Concept is clear. Who will explain this? I will not waste time. If you are not able to understand, please hear the lecture once again and write it. So now, established Swashraya is the Paramatma. Swashraya is Paramatma. 10 marks. Very important question. Everything you should explain. Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika, Adi Daivika Purushas, and how they are interdependent, and how they are not the Atma, and why only the Paramatma is the Swashraya, and how they are interdependent. That also you should write.
A is dependent on B and B is dependent on C.
Like that. Very good. Next, 10th sloka. You will be seeing the same thing in the purport. Please read purports. We have less time, and also the main theme is this only. You should grasp. After grasping this knowledge, purport will become very clear. Yes. Purushondam vinirvidya yadasau savinirgataha Atmanoyanaminvichan. What is it? Sorry, Apo. What is said in this? Now onwards, we are shifting to our Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Over. Jiva Goswami's commentary is over. Because we will be seeing the now points according to in the purports according to the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Because that will be easy also actually from here onwards. Jiva Goswami's explanation is not clear. And also it's not there in the purports, not Subodhini anywhere. Better. We'll shift to the Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. It's so easy also. Now, what is from till now what we understood? So all these 10 topics, and by the individual Purusha, by observing individual Purusha also we are understood Sashraya Ashraya. That means Ashraya Tattvam is the Paramatma only. Now onwards, to 10. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gave big purport actually. Very big purport. He was explaining why Brahmaji is explaining once again. Sorry. So why we are seeing this Sukadeva Goswami again and again explaining the same thing about the Srishti Leelas. Here once again Virat Rupa's appearance of Virat Rupa we are going to see. What is the reason? He gave the one reason I can say here. For pure devotees, any Leela is always according to the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Srishti Leelas and also Leela Avataras. All they are enjoyed by the, according to him, by the Suddha Bhaktas are hearing the Srishti Leelas also. But according to the Srila Jiva Goswami, Srishti Leelas are meant for the new sadhakas and the whoever is getting the ruchi in the Krishna, so they will be hearing the Ruchira Leelas, sweet pastimes. Yes, we discussed this or not one time, long back. So here, but why here? Swami explaining once again this Yadasau, that means this sloka is telling about the secondary creation. Once again, this is about the Virat Purusha, appearance of the Virat Purusha. Why he is saying this? The reason is we read in the Tattva Sundarbha in the Pratyaksha and Anumana Brahmanas. Vahinina taptamangam vahinineva upashamyati. If any limb is burned by the fire, if you want to heal that wound, then what you should do? You should apply once again fire on that. Yeah, Vipin Prabhu. It's like that only. You just heat it little bit so that it will be healed. Vahinina taptamangam vahinineva upashamyati. Vahinineva upashamyati. This is a rule. Now, so whose heart is contaminated by the Maya, whose heart is contaminated with the Maya, so their heart is purified by hearing about the Leelas of Maya. So that's why he's once again explaining this Virat Rupa, appearance of the Virat Rupa. Understand what is the point? Why Sukadeva Goswami is waiting? He could have immediately jumped to the sweet pastimes, Krishna's pastimes, and so he could have said those directly. The reason is this. Sadhaka bhaktaha bhayehu iti. That means कथाः आस्वादनीयत्वेन केषु खलु उपदेष्टव्याः ये तद्भक्तिसिद्धाः नित्यसिद्धाः वा महानुभावाः ते तत्सौन्दर्य अमृतलीलामृतसिन्धौ स्वतः एव अविरामं खेलयन्ति ये पुनरन्ये विषयान् विषयानन्दतल्पे निद्रान्ति ये च कुकर्म फल दुःख तरंगे मूर्छन्ति ते ततः प्रबोधयितुम् एव अशक्याः कथं भगवल्लीलाः उपदेशयन्ताम् यद् उपदेशादेव ते साधकबद्धाः भवेयुः इति महाकारुणिकः पुराणचूडामणिः इयं तान् ततः प्रबोधयितुं what is that? Bhangya kimapi muhur api yatate sma. What is this? Actually, if Bhagavatam is completely filled with only sweet pastimes, Krishna's Balya Leelas, so attractive actually. Krishna's youth Leelas, whole Bhagavatam could have that. So then what is the problem if it is that? Then who will enjoy that? Only Bhakti Siddhaha, who are perfect Nitya Siddhas and Bhakti Siddhas and the great devotees, they can enjoy relish. But whose heart is contaminated, they cannot enjoy those. Kukarma phala dukkha tarange murchanti, who are always engrossed in the materialistic activities and the material results and with the bad activities. So such a people, if you want to make them as sadhaka, if you make them to hear the 10th canto Leelas, then they will also get their bad intelligence only. They cannot enjoy that. They cannot understand the right purport of those. So that's why. So Paramakарунikaha, the great devotee, Srila Sukadeva Goswami, is explaining for us these Srishti Leelas again, once again in this chapter. So how Vahina Taptamangam Vahinineva Upashamyati, because of Maya this heart is infected actually. Now that infection will go by the understanding the Leelas of the Maya. Maya Shaktimaya Leelas, Leelas of the Purusha Avatara, but it is prominently what? It is due to Maya. So by studying these Leelas, then this will be, heart will be purified. So that's why whoever is not interested in this, showing an interest in second canto and third canto, that's artificial devotion, that is. So you should not jump actually. So that is very important actually. Try to understand these Leelas. Very, very important these. And but whom the taste is awakened, you cannot guess the devotees from the days. Maybe some Ruchi Pradhana devotees also will be possible. But devotees, Ruchi is already there because of previous life devotion. For them it is okay. But you don't have any Ruchi for those, but still forcefully you are studying that. Not good, that is. You should study from the first canto and second canto, third canto. Especially in these two cantos, second and third, these Leelas are explained. Very scrutinizedly you should understand. That will purify the heart. Then you will understand actually what is this creation. So behind what I am running and how these are all manufactured. Everything if you understand, then that illusion will go. So that's why Paramakарунikaha Chudamani, Mahakarunikaha Purana Chudamani. Who is that? Srila Sukadeva Goswami. He's started saying this. So that means Yatha Bhuta Vishto Bhuta Matrena prabudyate tathaiva bhutavishtaha. That means if someone is attacked by the ghost, so by the bhutamatrayaneva prabudyate. I don't know this philosophy with the bhutas. Bhuta. Acha, bhuta mantrena. So if someone is attacked by the ghost and there is a mantra for that ghost, with that only he will be relieved. In the same way, jivana maya nidraveshaha. Jivas are sleeping in the lap of Maya. Then Maya Kata eva upayati. Then Maya Kata, the story about the Maya only, is the solution. So that's why Mayam Varnayatah Amushya Ishwarasya. That means now he is going to tell about this creation. That's a Virat Purusha. Prabhu. Huh? Vahinina taptamanga vahinine upashamyati. If someone is burned by the fire, so you have to little bit heat it so that it will be dried up. That is a medicine, Ayurveda technique. But you should not burn fully, then it will completely go. Yes, again burning there with some techniques, then that will heal like this. Why Sukadeva Goswami write the question? Very important question. Why Sukadeva Goswami started explaining the Maya Leela in 10th chapter of the 2nd canto? Again, right. Because already he explained about the Virat Purusha so much. He could have started the 10th canto here, Krishna stories. Many are like that only. Srishti Leela. Once again you will get. Nikrushta Jivananapi Nistharah Bhavatu iti etar ardhameva adhyatmika katana paunoh punyam bhagavat bhaktanam astikya vatam tu sarvameva Sri Bhagavata Amrutam eva aswadyam eva. But in the case of the Bhagavad Bhaktas, they should relish this again and again in the form of the Bhagavad Katha only. Okay, I am just going quickly, Prabhu, because line by line is not possible. The marks, 3 marks. So now come to this sloka. Sloka is explained here in this. Purusha, here in this sloka, Purusha means what you should take? 10th sloka. Purusha means Karanano Prakriti Ikshana Karta. Who is that? Karanano Sai Vishnu. Andam Sruštva. What he did? Andam Sruštva Yada Vinirbhidya means Swarupad Atmanaha Sakashat Pratakrutya Nirgataha Bahi Sitaha Sada Sitaha Tada Atmanaha Swasya Ayanam Shayanasthanam Tasminneva Brahmande Anvichannapo Garbhoda Sangyam Asrakshit. So Chihi Swayam. What this sloka is saying? He created the. So Karanano Sai Vishnu created the andas, eggs. These are all eggs. Actually, here what is said? Purushaha Prakriti Andam Sruštva. And he created all these andas because in the last time also when I was explaining in the 5th chapter, 2nd canto, so he's glancing on the Prakriti and Prakriti is outside to him, that like that we didn't study. Yes or no? I was also mentioning at that time, this Prakriti is separate from the Lord and here it is not mentioned, I said. So now also you take Prakriti is the him only. And he glanced on this somehow. Prakriti is with him only. This is Prakriti you take. And with him only, he glanced on this and it created the so many andas. And he is what doing? He is taking out this. And so, andam sruštva yada vinirbhidya sarupad atmanah sakashat pratakritya. That means he is taking out all these from his sarupa and keeping here. Maybe Prakriti is also with him only. And he glanced on that and she created the andas and he is separating those from his sarupa and keeping in outside. Keeping outside, and then what is happening? Vinirbhijya sarupa uske baad, then after that swasya ayanam shainasthanam tasminneva brahman anvichan. So then he is thinking every anda as my sleeping place. He is thinking every anda is sleeping place. Anvichan, then what he did? So he entered into that in the form of Garbhodak Sai Vishnu and he filled this. Before that he wants to sleep, so there is a one resting place. So then he half filled with the Garbhodaka Jal. So that is written in this sloka. Atmanaha I am anvichan. So anvichan means he is desiring to sleep there. Sayanasthanam, that means he is thinking that it is a Sayanasthanam. Clear? So here in this first, Srila Sukadeva Goswami is now presenting the prime necessity for devotional service to the Lord, which is the only occupational business of all living entities. So the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna and all his plenary portions and extensions of plenary portions are non-different from one another. And thus the supreme independence is in each and every one of them. So in order to prove this, Srila Sukadeva Goswami describes here in the independent Purusha Avatar as personality of Godhead, even in the sphere of the material creation, such activities of the Lord are also transcendental and therefore they are all Leela, are pastimes of the absolute Lord. Such pastimes of the Lord are very conducive to hearers of self-realization in the field of devotional service. Some may argue, why not then relish the transcendental Leela of the Lord as exhibited in the land of the Mathura and Vrindavan, which are sweeter than anything in the world? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur replies that the pastimes of the Lord in the Vrindavan are meant to be relished by advanced devotees of the Lord. Neophyte devotees will misunderstand such a supreme transcendental activities of the Lord, and therefore the Lord's pastimes in the material sphere related to creation, maintenance, and destruction are very relishable by the Prakruta, or mundane devotees of the Lord. He is declaring. Prabhupada also, wherever there is relishing purport, that commentary only you will take. We should follow him. On this Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Jiva Goswami commentary, he didn't take. Everything Prabhupada takes from the commentaries and writes. So that's why many times I'm not reading, sometimes reading, not reading the purport. You can see that same thing there, whatever we discussed. And don't say that Venugopal is not teaching the purports. Okay, after that, don't propagate this. Because you are not reading the purport. I am saying the message of the purport. You're not checking that. Okay, next. One should not be amazed by the mechanical arrangement of the complicated engine. Or, see in this, I am reading before this sloka, Mayadhyakshana. So Prabhupada is writing, One should not be amazed by the mechanical arrangement of that. Means just knowing the Maya Leelas is not sufficient. You should understand behind that Maya Leelas. Who is that? That is the Supreme Lord. That's why that point he is mentioning. That Maya is Mayadhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sarachara Charam Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagad Viparivartate. So that's the Lord is saying. And that means we should see the director behind the Maya. That's the point Prabhupada is mentioning. Okay, next, if you turn this, can you read the remaining purport? Next sloka. Tasvavatsit swasrushtasu sahasram parivatsaran tena narayano nama yadapah purushodbhavaha. I will translation. That supreme person is not impersonal and therefore is distinctively a nara or person. Therefore, the transcendental water created from the supreme nara is known as Nara, and because he lies down on that water, he is known as Narayana. Derive the word Narayana. 2 marks, right? Derive the word Narayana. Derive the word Narayana. Derive. Yeah. So how to derive? Now we'll see. First, Narayana. Naram ayanam yasya saha. Naram ayanam yasya saha. So here first, how to derive this? So Narayana entered into every anda and he is filling there with the water. That water is coming from whom? Purusha. That means Naraha. That water is coming from the Purusha. That means Naraha. That is Narayana. From him. And the water is coming from the Purusha. Purusha also known as Naraha. Then whatever is coming from the Naraha is known as Naraha. Okay. What is the meaning of the Naraha? The one which coming from Nara. Which is coming from Nara. From Nara. Is known as Nara. Naraha means Purusha. That Nara is now what? It is the, what is coming from the Nara? Water. So that's why water, Nara is equal to water. And this Naraha ayanam yasya saha. That means, so he, to whom, yasya means to whom, he, to whom, ayana means shelter. What is shelter? Naraha means water. He, to whom water is shelter. He, to whom water is shelter means resting place here. Shelter means resting place. Is known as Narayana. Narayana. Okay, chalo, next sloka. द्रव्यं कर्म च कालश्च स्वभावो जीव एव च यदनुग्रहतः सन्ति न सन्ति यदनुग्रहतः सन्ति न सन्ति यदुपेक्षया. तस्य समिड विराड अंतर्यामिणः प्रभावमाह. This samishti virad antaryaminah prabhav. Now where we are? So from the Karanasa Vishnu, andas came, eggs, and in one egg, so half filled this is with the water, and he is entering. He is the Narayana. That is, who is this Narayana? Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. And what is said here? Without him, dravyam karma kalascha swabhava jiva so nasanti. Without, that means one should definitely know that all material ingredients, activities, time, and modes, and the living entities who are meant to enjoy them all exist by his mercy only. That means in every Brahmanda, what are there? There are so many ingredients are there in this Brahmanda. It is filled. And ingredients, that means what are those? It is given here. Dravyam, karma, kala, swabhavaha, jivaha, all these, because of this Narayana only, by his mercy only, they are all working. Otherwise, they are not, they are existing because of him only. Otherwise, they cannot exist there. That means that anda will become lifeless. Egg without soul, it will not give any chicken. Huh? Got it? Small chicken only. No? Baby. Next, dravyam karma cha kalascha swabhava jiva eva cha. So here, द्रव्यम उपादानम पृथ्व्यादिकम कर्मादीनि निमित्तानि जीवः हिरण्यगर्भः भोक्ता यस्य अनुग्रहात् यदन्वय नहि परमात्मनो जीवो देहो वा तिष्ठेत् सर्वकार्यक्षमो. Means without Paramatma, without this Narayana is Paramatma for entire Brahmanda, and from he is not there, there is no Paramatma for individual Jiva also. Then no body and nothing is possible actually. Hiranyagarbha will come to no. The next Hiranyagarbha is a Brahmaji. Jiva means Hiranyagarbha means Brahmaji. He is also enjoyer. So the living entities are the enjoyers of the material ingredients, time, modes, and etc. because they want to lord it over the material nature. So Jivatmas are, they want to enjoy. So, and they want to get the body, they want to do various activities, they want to get the various results. The Lord is the supreme enjoyer, and the living entities are meant to assist the Lord in his enjoyment and thus participate in the transcendental enjoyment of everyone. The Prabhupada is writing this on the devotional spirit. So, therefore, the living entities are never Purushas. He is explaining the difference between the Jiva is also in the purport, whatever in the actually Vishwanath Chakravarti commentary, it is said that Jiva is the Bhokta. So that point, sometimes what Prabhupada does, as it is commentary, he will not present in his purport from the Acharyas. There he will study, so Jiva is enjoyer and also Lord is said enjoyer. Then that point he will take and he will elaborate here. That theme he will take and he will elaborate here. That way he is elaborating that Jiva and the Paramatma enjoyer. Why this point is here? Because that is there in the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary. Jiva is enjoyer because Jiva is also one kind of trying to enjoy this body and various things. But ultimate enjoyer is not Jiva, that is a Paramatma. That difference Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport. Next, Eko Nanatvam Anvichan Yoga Talpa Samuttitaha Viryam Hiranmayam Devo Mayaya Vesrujatritha. Oh, actually, in this, when he entered into this, how many years he was sleeping here? This Garbhodak Sai, that means Karanano Sai Vishnu entered into every Brahmanda. He felt this Brahmanda is a sleeping place, and he entered into everyone in the form of Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. And how many years he slept here? This point I missed actually. 1,000 years he was sleeping there. It's nice. Huh? Not Brahma's, celestial years. This.
That's blinking of eyes like that, na? Creation and destruction happen.
Yes, yes, yes.
So where he sleeps there, that is Karunadak Sai Vishnu.
It's Garbhodak Sai Vishnu.
But you said when we yesterday we talked, na?
Ah.
So one blink of eyes, like so many universe comes and
Yes.
goes out. So that is not sleeping, Yoga Nidra. That
Yes.
is talking about whom? Karunadak Sai Vishnu.
Yes. Everyone sleep actually. That's why Shai. Shai means what? The one who sleeps is known as Shai. That is the meaning of Shai. Kshirodak Sai also is sleeping on that bed. Everyone likes to sleep. All these Shais. That is the
There.
meaning of Shai. Huh?
Even sleeping difference is there.
Now time duration is different.
That is different. Karunadak Sai Vishnu, that is blinking only.
So all these Shais means sleeper. Sleeping person is known as Shai. Jai Gopinath Prabhu, yes.
Prabhu, we also saw that after the universes came out of Karanadaka Sai Vishnu, it was just lying there for 1,000 celestial years, 1,000 years we saw. Here also we saw he entered, and after that also another 1,000 years. So it's a long time gap before the real creation
No.
starts.
Karananusaya Vishnu is sleeping when he closes eyes. The 1,000 years belongs to only Garbhodak Sai Vishnu.
No. We saw that the Andas, after being created, was just lying there for 1,000 years. You mentioned it.
Yeah.
Also you mentioned
Wait.
Karunadak Sai sleeps for Nimesh.
So actually, Prabhu, these andas are lying means Lord is entering there and it is lying. They are not producing anything. That is the meaning actually. Understand?
Because there you mentioned the point. For
this-
1,000 years it was inactive. And then to make it active, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu entered in.
No, actually, here these andas are created. Those are lying inactive means, so Garbhodak Sai Vishnu entering immediately and 1,000 years he is lying there. That's why they are all inactive. Oh, if something is said differently, then correct it, Prabhu. This is the final.
So the correct understanding is that the universes are created, and then the Lord expanded himself and entered into it as Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, and then he lies there for 1,000 years.
That's why their anda is inactive. Now it is not producing. He is lying there.
Okay.
So then after that he wakes up and he will produce the Virat Purusha.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Radha Gordhan Prabhu.
The Subodhini, page number 162, it
Yeah.
is written after 1,000 years of inactivity, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu enters the universe and enlivens it. That is where the confusion is.
Achha. Mm, कथम अभूत सो समिष्ट विराट एव कथम एकः प्रलये so apsu vasam narayana नामानि नाम निरुक्त्या स्पष्टयति तेन अप्सु वासे नारायणेति अभूत कुतः यदापतः पुरुषात् उद्भवन्ति इति ताः इति नरः पुरुषः तस्मात् जातः नार आपोयन युक्तम् आपः नार इति प्रोक्तः नरसु अयनं the commentary one second So in this sloka, if you see, there is only, if you see 10th, 11th and 12th slokas, so in the only one sloka, 1000 years came. Yes or no? 11th sloka. Huh? In the 11th sloka, 1000 years came. So see, logically you will see. Tasu avatsit swasushtasu sahasram parivatsaran. So Tena Narayano Nama Yadapaha Purushodbhavaha. So in the 10th sloka, what is happening? Here Purusha means, why you are speaking? So here Purusha means, here in the 10th sloka, Purusha means Karnano Sai Vishnu. He is what? He is creating the anda and he is Vinirbidya. That means he is removing those andas from his Swarupa. And then after that, Anvichan, Ayanam Anvichan. That means he is seeing every anda as the resting place. He is seeing every anda as a resting place, and what he is doing. So he is entering in the next sloka is coming. So he is entering into that every anda and sleeping for the 1000 years. So I don't know in the Subodhini what is written. Where, bro? Huh? 2.5. So thus all the universes remain for 1000 years within the causal ocean, and the Lord entering in each of them as Garbhodaksa Vishnu assumed the Virat Rupa. Now what is the problem in this? So actually here 34, 35, na? Wait. Saiva Purushaha Tasmad Andam Nirbidya Nirgataha Sahasro Angri Bhavakshaha Sahasranama Shirshavan. Okay, next before that. Varsha Poga Sahasrante Tadandam Udaka Ishaya Udaka Udake Shayam Kala Karma Swabhavastu. So the onwards remained thousands of ovens within the water. Same. You should. So Garbhodak Sai Vishnu entering later is not like that. You should not take. So he is resting there actually. You can reconcile this part and that part. So 1,000 years it is resting. Okay. This anda is inactive for 1,000 years. But so why he created? He created these andas for the sleeping actually. You'll be using immediately. Why he will wait for the 10,000, 1,000 years? So he is entering immediately and sleeping there for the 1,000 years. Like that we should take. Huh? Jai Gopinath Prabhu, yes.
Yes, Prabhu, to tell that only Prabhu, I raised on that in the 34th verse I have written, you have told lots of andas are formed and 1,000 years these andas are lying in the causal ocean.
Yes, yes.
That's what you told, and I have written Jivayati the Jivaha, and then the Lord enter us, Karnodaka Sai Vishnu enter us, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. That point I have written.
But the point actually, yeah. So these entering is there because now you see what we are seeing. He is entering and sleeping. It's not then 2,000 years. That means one is before and another is later.
Another sir.
That is not there actually. Here also in the here the steps are coming sequentially. Here also in this. So Garbha Karanamsa is creating, taking out from his Swarupa outside and keeping there and entering, and 1,000 years he is sleeping, and that at that time anda is inactive. It is not
Okay.
doing anything actually like that. And then Lord wakes up, then that is Jiva is coming in that. That means that is the same point. Jiva yati iti jivaha is said, na? This 12th sloka is also saying that only. Without the Lord, so that anda is not going to give anything actually. So dravya karma kriya. So dravya karma kalascha swabhavo jiva evacha yadanugrahata santi na santi yadupekshaya. So that is the same point is said here. So now ekaha nanatvamanvichan yogatalpa samuttitaha viryam hiranmayam devo mayaya vesrujat tridha. Then what he ekaha nanatvamanvichan. Then whoever is sleeping inside, the Lord while lying on his bed of the mystic slumber generated the seminal symbol golden in hue through external energy out of his desire to manifest varieties of living entities from himself alone. Now Lord wake up after 1,000 years. He wake up, and now this is Jiva. That means he's got the activeness. Then he discharges his semen. So that is through the Maya he discharged that, and that is the cause why he discharged that. Just he wants to become many. Garbhodak Sai Vishnu wishes to become the many. Now he is alone na, in that Brahmanda. He is now alone, but he wants to see many there. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, so, you clarify about Hiranya Garbha, because in the second canto, first chapter, text 25 and 29. In 25, it is said the Hiranya Garbha is, give you the, is Virajo Hiranya Garbhasya Dehaha. That is the body of Vairaja. And then in 29, it is said that the Hiranya Garbho Pasakair Yogivihi Parameshvara Soe no Pasya. That the yogis, they worship the Samyasta Vyasti, and the Samyasta Vyasti is Hiranya Garbha. So if you can clarify, because I know in other sections, it's explained that it's Lord Brahmaji. So in this section, it seems that it's connected with Vairaja. It's the subtle, the collective consciousness of the jivas, and it's the subtle body of the Virat Rupa. And
Huh?
Garbha, whether Brahmaji or that is Virat Purusha.
Both are known as Hiranyagarbha. And Brahmaji also known as Samishti Upadhi. And also this Hiranyagarbha, Virat is also Samishti Purusha. Both.
but you say that Brahmaji.
Brahmaji is the subtle form, Virat is the gross form. That is the difference. Both are Hiranyagarbhas.
So, but technically, so if the yogis who are worshipping Hiranyagarbha, who are
That means Virat.
that means Virat.
Yeah. That Brahmaji also Hiranyagarbha. But subtle Hiranyagarbha is Brahmaji, gross Hiranyagarbha is Virat Purusha.
Gross Hiranyagarbha. And what does it mean that Brahmaji is subtle Hiranyagarbha?
Because he is the in charge for all the souls. He is giving the body. So subtle activity he is doing. And gross body is given by the Virat.
So this Hiranyagarbha Brahmaji is a different, or it's another expansion of the other Brahmaji. Because,
No, every Brahma is Hiranyagarbha.
Because I remember a long time ago, Gauranga Prabhu from Chaupati, he was saying that in the pastime of when Lord Balaraman was married with Revati, in the pastime, if you see
in the ninth canto it comes.
Yeah, in the ninth canto, there is one section before the marriage in the planet of Brahma. The father of Revati, King Revati, he wants to talk to Lord Brahma.
For the getting the bride.
Yes, and Lord Brahma
Bridegroom or bride? Male bridegroom.
Yes, so he wanted to get a
bridegroom.
Husband. Yes.
Husband. Yeah.
So Brahmaji said, and they told him to wait for some time.
Brahmaji was watching the dance.
Yes, he was. So when Brahmaji came back, he told him.
By that already.
Yeah, many yugas passed.
Yes.
And so now Lord Krishna has appeared. So the question came that because Lord Brahmaji was watching the dance, but during that time, Lord Brahmaji also had to go to Swetadweep to talk to Lord Vishnu to ask him to come as an avatar, because the earth, that's the 10th canto when Lord Shiva, Lord Brahmaji, everybody goes. So the question is like that, how they can be simultaneously watching a dance and at the same time going to Swetadweep on behalf of all the demigods. So I remember that Gauranga Prabhu said that's one of the two was Hiranyagarbha. I think it's the one who went to Swetadweep. So it seemed that there are two Brahmajis. And I think the reference was Lagu Bhagavatamrita.
Two Brahmas? I don't know actually.
Because yes, that's.
I don't know.
Because they cannot be simultaneously watching dance and at the same time.
But it is possible. See, any devata, it doesn't need, for this you don't need to assume the two Brahmas. For example, when Yamaraj appeared So Brahma is also coming. So like this, you should understand here. Online students, did you miss anything? Jai Gopinath Prabhu.
So we heard you Yamaraj, and after that it got disconnected. That's the word we heard last.
Then,
Other nothing we hear.
yeah, Prabhu. So I just kept my argument for this actually. Even in the Yamaraj case, so Yamadharmaraj, he is also simultaneously appearing in the form of Yudhishthira Maharaj and also three forms actually. So three
Vidura,
Vidura, one Sudra, and also Dharmaraj, Yudhishthira Maharaj. So like this, even Brahmaji also can perform the simultaneously two activities. So that kind of is facility is there. So then I said how it can be the answer for the assuming the two Brahmas. And but in the case of creation time, you'll be seeing the one Brahma only. Here in this creation, whatever explanation, second canto we are seeing, and also third canto, only one Brahma we are seeing, and he is known also Hiranyagarbha, and he is the subtle form of the Hiranyagarbha. There are two Hiranyagarbhas, subtle form and gross form. Gross form is the Virat Purusha, and subtle form is the Brahmaji. So that is we are going to discuss now. It is coming in this Vishwanacharya commentary only. Srishtikale Anvichan. So I will go for another 15 minutes because Samishti Viradeva Katam Abhut Ityakankshayamaha. So that means Samishti Virad, how it is appeared. That means Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, who was sleeping for 1,000 years, he woke up. Then after that, Samishti Virad, everything is created. Brahmaji and everything. Because he desired to become many. So Ekaha Pralaye Swamshan Jivan Atmani Velapya Ekatvena Astitaha Ekatvena Astitaha Anu Anantaram Sushtikale Nanvam Nanatvam Ichan Taneva Jivatmanaha Sakashad Vibhaktan Kurvan Yoga Eva Talpam Shaya Tasmaditi Mahapralaye Ratristhaniye. So Shaitva Sushtikale Pratar Uttitaha San Devaha Divyan Purushaha Mayaya Swasaktya Mahattatvadini Sushtva Taihi Karyabhutam Viryam Hiranmayam Kanakavarnam Prakasha Bahulam Brahmandam Savarnam Asrujat Maha Samishti Srishtihi. Tatase Teshameva Mahatvadin Kinchi Amshaihi Bhagavad Shakteva Paraspara Militaihi Samishti Viral. Samishti Virat Pancha Shatakoti Yojana Shatakoti Parimitanda Kataha Madhyagaha Srusto Abhutu Tada Eva Purushaha Tadeva Andakataham Pravishya Tadardham Swasrushta Jalena Apurya Tatrastam Samishti Virajam Tam Swajatara Madhyagatam Krutva Sahasra Varshani Tasmin Garbodh Eva Sushwapa Tadante Yoga Talpat Samutitaha San Hiranmayam Viryam Samishti Virajam Tridha Yasvajat. He is giving complete summary now. Total what happened, one flow he gave. First what? This Karanarnava Sai Vishnu is there. Okay? In the Pralaya, the final Pralaya, what happened? Everything, all the Jivatmas came inside him. Yes or no? So all the Jivas are inside him. And also Prakriti, everything is with him. So now, then what? So Ekaha Pralaye Swamshan Jivan Atmani Vilapya Ekatvena Astitaha Anantaram Anantaram Srushtikale Nanatvam Anvichan. Here in this sloka, you see Ekaha Nanatvam Anvichan. Here Ekaha is what you should take. Here, according to Viswanath Thakur is saying, he is going to story back actually. That's this Karnano Sai Vishnu being one, and sorry, actually this I said wrongly. Now I am correcting here. So Ekaha Pralaya Swamshan Jivan Atman Vilapya Ekatven Sita Anu Anantaram. Anu means here Anantaram. अनन्तरं सृष्टिकाले नानात्वनि स्थानेव जीवात्मा सकाशात् विभक्तान् कुर्वन् योगम् एव तल्पं शय्या तस्माद् इति महाप्रलये रात्रि स्थानीये शयित्वा सृष्टिकाले प्रातरुत्थितः सन् देवः दिव्यान् पुरुषः माया स्वशक्त्या महत्तत्वादेन सृष्ट. It means all these jivas are with him and he slept. Karnanusai Vishnu slept. That means when he closing house means sleeping. Then he is waking up. How much time he is sleeping and how much time waking up, you cannot find, because at that time, so there is no semester, nothing is there actually. So he is waking up and when he desired to make many, one wants to become many, then what he does with the Maya, he is creating the Mahatatvadis, he is creating with the Maya Mahatatvadis, he is creating Mahatatvadin Sushtva Taihi Karyabhutam Viryam Hiranmayam Kanakavarnam Prakash Bahulam Brahmanam Savarnam Asrujat iti Maha Samishti Srishtihi. So Maha Samishti Srishtihi means what, you know? All these andas together is known as Maha Samishti. This one anda is a Samishti, and all the andas together is known as Maha Samishtihi. It is also in the golden form. All these andas in which form? Golden form actually. Golden color. So this is a Maha Samishti Srishtihi. And after this Tatascha Teshameva Mahatatvadinam Kinchit Kinchit Amshaihi Bhagavad Shaktyaiva Paraspara Militaihi. So these all 23 elements all together, so is known as Maha Samishti Srishtihi, and that is once again now is made into the various andas. That means when Samhanana Shakti is entering into this, and these are all becoming the individual andas, and so their color is the golden color. Okay, all the everything total is known as Maha Samishti Srishti, and that is divided into small andas. So then Paraspara Militaihi Swamishti Virat. That means Samishti Virat Pancha Shatakoti Yojana Shatakoti. Now in this one is the Samishti Virat. One is the Samishti actually. One, what is the size of this? Pancha Shatakoti Yojana Shatakoti Parimitanda Kataha Madhyagaha. So inside there is a Kataha is there. Inside how much size it is? It is having the core. Core is how much this? What is this? How much is the diameter for this core? 4 billion. 4 billion miles. Means 50 crore yojanas. Panchashat koti yojana. Panchashat means 50. Koti means crores. 50 crores yojanas means, so 4 billion miles. So that much inside material is there and outside layer is there. This layer is divided also into 7. Okay, this is there. And next what? So Katah Madhyagaha Srashtah Abhut Tada Eva Adi Purushaha Tadeva Andam Kataham Pravishya. Then so this Adi Purusha means this Karnano Savishta entering into the anda, each anda. He is entering into this. He is entering into this and Pravisha Tadardham Swasrashtu Kataham Pravisha Tadardham Swasrashtu. Ardham means half. That means half of this he is filling with the Swasrashtu Jalena Apurya. He is creating by his own body, he is creating this water. And Apurya Tatrastham Samishti Virajam Tam स्वजठर मध्यगतं कृत्वा सहस्रवर्षाणि तस्मिन् गर्भोदे एव शुश्वाप. So that means this Purusha here in this Jatara. So here he is in this water, he is lying for the 1,000 years. The same thing now he is finally saying. So that's why only 1,000 years is there here. Sahasra Varshani Tasmin. Samishti Virajam. This is known as Samishti Viraja. This core daya. This core is known as Samishti Viraja. It is having the Kataksha. That means Kata. That means this outer. This is what? This layer actually, outer layer. And this is original Brahmanda. Inside core diameter. And these are the different layers. And this is known as, yes, this is the Samishti. Samishti Viraja. This is made up of what? This is made up of these 23 elements. This core. And here he entered and this he kept in this water actually. That is in the water. Then after that, Samishti Virajam tam swajatara madhyagatam krutva sahasravarshani tasmin garbhude eva shushwapatadante yoga talpat samuttitah san hiranmayam viryam samishti virajam trida vesrujat. So then after that he divided into that Samishti Viraja into 3. So maybe Virat. So this is the Samishti Viraja, and I don't know how to draw this. Actually, here, if you take this Garbhodaksa Vishnu or bigger or what, this is not so detailed, it is given. But what he is doing, this is dividing into 3 parts. That much is said. This is Samishti Viraja, and this is having the 4 billion diameter. So that is divided into 3 parts, means not just 3 parts physically, but he divided this into 3 parts based upon the coming sloka actually. Adidhaivam, Adhyatmam, Adibhutam iti Prabhu. You divide into those. Tatra Tridhaiva Kim Tatra Adidhaivam Ityadi. Esheva Samishtihi Nabhidvara Kamala Nalatmako Bhavishyati. So Sayeva Punaha Chaturdasha Lokatmako Vairaja Sangnaha Stulo Bhavi Sukshmastu Hiranyagarbha Vairajaha Eva. That means Vairaja is 2. Brahmaji also known as Vairajaha. So, but he is the Sukshmaha. So that's why this is the total Brahmanda, and Daya is like this. And Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, I don't know how he is lying there. And this is filled with the half. And from here, so from his navel, so lotus flower is coming. And in this lotus flower, Brahmaji is sitting. And he is known as Sukshma Vairajaha. Or Sukshma Hiranyagarbha. Sukshma Hiranyagarbha. And also here, 14 planets are created in the stem. In the stem, 14 planets. Any questions? So for this Brahmaji is created This is also Virat Purusha. This is also Hiranyagarbha, this Brahmaji. And also there is Virat Purusha is also there. And these 14 planetary systems are lying on the stem of this. And why he is created? He is created for the secondary creation to fill all this. And there is a Virat Purusha also is there. And how it is like, Amok Govind Prabhu. There should be some nice PPT. Who is going to make PPT on this?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Pranam, Prabhu. Prabhu, what you have written here, Prabhu, is word I cannot visualize. What's written?
But here, where?
No, here. Just you explain, na?
Where?
This word, Prabhu, there Brahmaji is sitting and you have written some names.
Sukshma.
Sukshma, na? Okay, thank you.
Sukshma Virat. Sukshma Hiranyagarbha.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hiranyagarbha. Only here confusion is from this Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So from the novel, lotus flower is coming definitely, and Brahmaji is coming. This is clear, and there is Stula Virat also is there. Stula Virat also is there. So that is the point actually. That means Vairaj Sangho Stulo Bhavi. So from him two Purushas. That means from this from the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, one Stula Hiranyagarbha is coming and another is Sukshma. Stula and the Sukshma. So Stula. So that Stula where he is lying. Actually, we said this is total as the Samishti Viraja. And from this Stula Virat Purusha came. So how he is lying, I am not able to picturize this. That is the main point actually, you are understanding. So Stula Hiranyagarbha means Stula Virat. Vairajaha. Virat Purusha is also known as Vairajaha. So Stula. Stula Hiranyagarbha. Everything is fine actually. So from Karnana Srishti, this is coming, this Maha Samishti Srishti, and after that, so from this one anda who is created with the core daya is equal to 4 billion, and in that he is entering Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu and he is filling with water and he is lying, and this core daya is staying in his jatara. That means I think in this water only. So this is in the with the water. So for this 1000 years, and then after that, so he is releasing the energy. That means virium. That means that semen. So through the Maya. So that is cause for the creation of the Stula Virat Purusha and also Sukshma. Sukshma means Brahmaji. Stula is the Virat Purusha. That Virat Purusha, how he is lying, and I don't know actually. Clearly, it is not there. Picturizing is becoming difficult. How to assume? And these 14 planets are there in that stem. That is also said. And also what is said here? So Stula Virat Purusha also is said. That means these 14 planets are just lying on the Virat Purusha's feet. And so then you have to assume, so from this Virat Purusha, this last planet is the feet of the Virat Purusha. If you take it as a feet of the Virat Purusha, and this is the head, then it will be like this. Virat Purusha is like this. Something. Okay. So where these all 14 planets are lying on his from the feet to the head. Huh? Huh? 14. So from this is a stem. In the stem, 14 planets are there, and these 14 planets are lying on situating on the various parts of the Virat Purusha. Uh, uh. Brahma is sitting, yeah. That is the head part actually. Head part. Yeah. So that means this is gross body is the Virat Purusha where the various planets are situated, and the subtle body that is sitting in the top planet, that is Brahmaji. So then you can assume like this then. If you make a complete picture, so if you take this is a Brahmanda, and anyway it is having the inner dia is the main, but these are the layers only simply. So inner dia, and this inner dia, so Lord is resting here, and this is half filled, and from this is the navel of the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, and this is a stem, and this is a stem, and this is a lotus flower, and here Brahmaji is sitting, and he is known as Brahmaji is known as Sukshma Hiranyagarbha, and there is one more Sthula Hiranyagarbha, and who is that? That is Virat Purusha. So here 14 planets are there. So like this, 14 planets. So, and these 14 planets are lying on from the feet to the head. So that means now this if you take as a feet, and this is as a, so like this. So that means this stem is covered. That means lying on this is Sthula Virat Purusha. These are feet, and these are the various planets, and at the top of this, on the head part of this Sthula Virat Purusha, there is Satyaloka where Brahmaji is sitting. Okay, you have any question? Why Chaturmukhi Brahma is needed? Because those planets has to be filled with the jivas. That's why. Okay, next. Okay, we'll finish the class.